Good morning, Tennessee Voices. I hope you guys are having a happy Monday so far. If you saw last week's Monday Motivation, you saw a bunch of crazy, fun middle school kids jumping around, enjoying life. And I was there to take it all in with them. I was away from the office for 5 days, chaperoning or co-leading a group of middle schoolers at middle school church camp. And I spent those days among 500 middle school kids. And let me tell you, if you want some energy to just rub off on you, hang out with hundreds of middle schoolers because it will. It will rub off on you. We were having a blast. No TV, no cell service, no emails, no distractions, up on a mountain, packed full of activities, and lots of time to just sit and reconnect spiritually. I had so many things that I could tell you from that 5 day period, and I will eventually. But what I want to share with you is something I realized while I was there. In our moments in the mornings after breakfast, we had a quiet time where we kind of all got a chance to just kind of come down off of the energy from all the day before the activities and to just sit in some silence and kind of think about where we were. And one of the things I realized during that 5 day period is I was carrying the weight of the world like rocks in a backpack. And I was hanging on to feelings of being overwhelmed by tragedy and chaos in the world. I was hanging on to feelings of loneliness just in my role as a leader. And I was feeling this sort of lack of energy that I didn't realize until I saw how much energy middle school students had. And I was able to sit in that and feel a little bit vulnerable and be honest with myself that I needed to address that. And it had been a while since I had really practiced my self-care like I knew I should. It reminded me that as a leader, number one, it's important to be vulnerable. Number two, I have to keep my self-care practices up. I can't ever slack off. And number three, I have to communicate to you all of the importance of those things so that you too feel the freedom to both be vulnerable and practice self-care. So what I want to say to you today is that so many of you are fairly new with Tennessee Voices. And it's worth repeating today that the leadership of this organization fully believes and supports you in practicing self-care regularly. I also want to tell you, we fully believe and support your vulnerability. We do not believe in stigmatizing mental health and the impacts of everything in our world on our mental health. And we know that each of you have individual things going on in your lives that will impact your mental health at some point during your employment because you're human. And so we want you to feel the freedom to address those things either with your peers or your supervisor or the leadership or however you need to. And we also want you to feel the freedom to utilize your PTO and take care of yourself in the way that is important to you. As we push through this new fiscal year right ahead of us in 3 days, I want to tell you that I'm excited about all the things that we are accomplishing as an organization. But all of those things take energy, focus, and strategy. And if my head isn't clear and myself isn't good, I can't bring that energy to you. And so today I'm recommitting to my self-care plan. And for the next year ahead of us, I want so much for this organization that I commit not to let up on my self-care plan. I also commit today to be vulnerable with myself and with you all